Zhang Yi is a volunteer in Wuhan. Due to his appearance in foreign press media such as Voice of America, Zhang Yi was constantly warned, visited, and threatened by local authorities. During the pandemic, his group participated in delivering food and materials to residents in desperate need. However, rather than assisting people in getting through the hardship, the regime is working hard to frame and silence the group with a financial fraud charge.
You mentioned mutual aid groups are in trouble. What's that about?
There are many groups in the mutual aid section of WeChat during the pandemic. Some of us are restricted at home and felt that we could contribute to allow those who can help in the front line. So we chip in with the cost. Practically, there are two separate lines, one for accountants and the other for cashiers. Each expenditure needs a vote. The voters are not involved in the finances. The cashier and accountant are not involved in the votes. With the volunteer work, now we have around 9,000 yuan, $1,271 in the bank. Considering we are in the epicenter, we don't know who will survive. For the sake of security, the remaining balance was transferred overseas to a Wuhan native. Just a few days ago, police summoned a family member of this overseas person for a suspected WeChat financial fraud. The police acquired his overseas address and asked the family member to sign on his behalf a letter of WeChat financial fraud commitment. But it was the police who filed a complaint about so-called fraud, no one else. We knew they had been monitoring our WeChat accounts. In fact, they knew all about how the money was spent, every dime of it. It was simply because I accepted interviews from foreign press.
Which police station was it?
The Chongqing Public Security led by Chief Police Zheng Jianfei. They have called multiple times and threatened me not to take any interviews. I told them that first, they need to show me on what legal base I should keep my mouth shut. Secondly, these foreign press, such as VOA, are registered entities in Beijing. They even conducted press releases for the annual plenary sessions. If I need to be silenced, then the committee of the plenary sessions should also keep their mouths shut. Thirdly, if I have done something wrong, show me the legal proceedings and I will obey them. They have nothing to justify their cause. That's why they've been trying to frame me. I know they have tried to set me up. After the complete lockdown of Wuhan, the WeChat mutual aid group has been blocked ever since February 29th. My personal WeChat account was also blocked. Even though I have a green health code, I still need a pass. Without a WeChat account, I don't have a pass for the apartment complex, public transportation, or supermarket. This is what they are trying to do to me, keep me trapped at home in order to starve to death. I filed a paper complaint to the WeChat headquarters. I can't reach any customer service personnel after many phone calls.
In Wuhan, local authorities harass and threaten volunteer groups during the lockdown. Some volunteer members have already gone missing. The interview was conducted by Hong Ning of the Chinese language Epoch Times.
The coronavirus outbreak is the latest wake-up call.
U.S. Senator Ben Sasse put it plainly, the Chinese Communist Party has lied, is lying, and will continue to lie about coronavirus to protect the regime.
In 5 to 10 years, we'll have virtually no manufacturing capacity left for generic drugs. And again, this is 90% of our medicines.
And the world should know, if Hong Kong falls, the whole world falls, okay? Because the Chinese Communist Party is the existential risk of humanity, period.
Since the CCP took power, 80 million people have died from its policies and political campaigns.
They're using our institutions and our norms and our values against us in ways that we hadn't necessarily envisioned towards their own authoritarian agenda.
From the party's great firewall in cyberspace, or to that great wall of sand in the South China Sea.
More repression, more unfair competition, more predatory economic practices, indeed a more aggressive military posture as well.
If we do not meet this threat now, it's going to define our century.